Hi everyone, my name is Alice and I am the Artistic Director of the Grad Fringe Festival 2020. Liam and myself wanted to showcase all sorts of work over this festival, and I had the opportunity to talk to the girls from the Breadface theatre company. They contacted us about featuring their work in the festival, and of course we said yes. So here is what they had to say about their video and their company.
Do you guys want to just introduce yourselves and kind of explain what Breadface is all about?
Yeah, so we're Breadface. We basically met on a uni course, and now we are starting a theatre company, hopefully that's going to be really successful and be mega. Shall we talk about where the name came from?
Yes, please. Absolutely.
Yeah. So basically, we had the debate that I think nearly everybody has at uni, which is, what do you call like a bread cake? So I call it a bread cake.
I call it a bar.
Yeah, Kate calls it a bam and Chloe calls it a cob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we all call it different things. And
what do I call it? I think I call it a roll. Bread roll.
So many different names for it. So, yeah, we basically have this ongoing debate, and we were like, when we were coming together to form our group, we were like, what should we call ourselves? And then it just kind of felt like it was right, like it just kind of fitted. But yeah, Katie, you can speak for a little bit.
Well, Katie, why don't you talk about like what you guys are about? What are you guys setting out to achieve?
We got together because we had a module at uni which was, get with a group and make a piece of work, and we began making a show about body image, which is called the Petite Average Plus Size Show, because all three of us kind of bonded on the fact that we're all very extreme, three different body types, but we've been through the exact same things growing up and have the same issues. So we wanted to make a piece that was really holistic almost and applied to so many people. And then it just came about that we just seen that we're interested in the same topics, but also style. So we love having like a fun, silly, like clowning almost approach to things, but then what we're saying and what's under the surface is actually really serious issues. And instead of being super preachy and patronizing to an audience, we want to let them have fun with us and then kind of hit them with, this is the message we're actually trying to tell you. So yeah, we're all about serious issues, but having fun with it and having a different way to talk about it.
And do you think you took that approach because that's how you deal with criticism or critique? You kind of laugh it off or make a joke out of it? Or do you think that's what most people do as people our age? I know I'm guilty of it.
I think if Chloe was here, I mean, I can't speak for her, but I think she seems to me that she's definitely one of the people that would maybe laugh it off, because she says herself, like, she's always been like the funny one and things, but then deep down there is issues there that don't come to the surface. And I'd definitely say she had that approach. I think I'm more of it really got me down. And then when I went on this course and met these people, that was the only point in my life in which it was like started to transform. I don't know about you, Elise.
Yeah, I think it's gotten to a point now where we've all been on this journey, and a lot of the stuff we speak about, and when we've made the show, we've talked a lot about our experiences. It's been kind of a journey from at times where we felt so low about ourselves and about experiences we've had, to now getting to a point where we can almost make humour of a bad experience, or we can laugh at the things that we've maybe been called, and it's kind of about taking them bad things that we initially felt and kind of adding a bit of humour to it now.
And the statements that you kind of use in the video, I was going to say sing or rap, or however you describe it, are they things that have actually been said to you guys, or are they things that you've manifested yourself? How did you come up with the material in the actual video?
They're all true words that we've been called growing up. We sat down, and the scene originally was going to be a scene where we all had a microphone in front of us, and it was it was a really angry scene, and we were almost shouting at the audience, and you've called me this, you've called me that. And then we were like, wow, this tone really isn't, like, no audience is going to want us, because that specific person in the audience isn't the person that called us that name. So we were like, okay, we need a new angle with this. So it just became this fun, humorous, we don't even know, song, rap, poem. And it just came to life by that rather than being angry. But yeah, all them words are completely, we haven't made any of those up. They're all what we've been called.
There's almost like a ridiculousness to what we're actually saying as well. Like some of the things that we get called, it's so silly.
They are so silly, yeah.
They're so strange, some of them. They don't even make sense. But I know I refer to being a blueberry at one point. A blueberry is tiny, but it was an insult to call me giant. Like there's no logic behind some of the things that we've called in school and in younger years. And I think that's why then we decided to take like a comedic angle from it.
Yeah.
That's more powerful in a way, because you've taken ownership of what these people have said to you, and you are now at a position where you can stand back and say, listen to this thing somebody said to me. Isn't it ridiculous? Absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. So I think that's great. And I know it's something I can relate to, and I'm sure lots of other people, not just girls, guys out there. I know guys have equally a rough time thinking about body image and matching up, six pack, this, that, and the other. And
in this industry we're in as well, like obviously like musical theatre, performance, like dance, anything like that, people definitely have like, they sit down and kind of assess like, oh, how do I feel about my body? Because like you obviously have to wear costumes, and like dance, you have to wear like, sometimes you have to go in like a leotard, and it can be a proper wake-up call and be like, wow, okay, how do I feel about all this?
Yeah. And then there's that sometimes when you go for a casting and then you have to, I find myself thinking, okay, I haven't got it this time because they need somebody to fit in this costume. And then my brain goes, oh, well, in that case, will I never fit in a costume? Do I need to lose weight so there's more chance of me fitting in a costume? Like, the fact I'm even considering that is ridiculous. I should not be thinking that going into an audition. I should go into an audition thinking, I'm going to sing and make them want me.
Yeah, definitely.
And same with acting. It's I don't know if you feel like this, but even in acting, like on telly, films, no matter what, the girls in particular still always seem to be so slim and trim when it's not a character trait. I'm interested as to when that's going to kind of not be the norm. It's totally fine, but there's so many other body types out there. There's tall girls, there's short girls, there's,
Yeah.
But it is. It's totally fine. And when are the larger girls, because I'm kind of like, I'd say I'm not petite. When a larger girl's going to be the character, yeah.
When can be the average. You're Chloe today.
Yay! I'm in the band. When are the larger girls going to stop being the stock comedy character type thing? Like when we stereotype.
Yeah, there's such a stereotype.
We're getting there. So how's lockdown treating you guys, apart from having to complete your degree? In rooms? What have you been up to in lockdown?
It's been difficult because obviously all three of us aren't together anymore, and we were kind of just getting started. Like, we were ready to just put on our first show. That was meant to be in May, and then everything just kind of got put on hold, and we were like, well, where do we go from here? Because we've not had that much experience as a company yet. So it's even just working out the little kinks of just the three of us working together as people, like looking at how we now work without a university routine. So it's been tricky, hasn't it, Elise? Because none of us feel that motivated. We feel like we've just kind of been like punched in the face, and your company's not going to work.
It's just a weird dynamic. I think it's to be honest, it's forced us to work harder than probably what we would have worked, I think, if we were just kind of thrown in to the world, because we were going to start doing like fringes over the summer and just start doing as much free stuff as possible, really. But because that hasn't been like an option for us, it's kind of forced us to really sit down and go like, right, okay, how are we going to handle this so that we don't just fall apart? How do we maintain this? Because we built this up so much that we're going to do this, and now it's like we can't really do it. So how do we adapt to that situation? I think we are doing good considering, but it does have its challenges. I think probably at different times we've all felt a bit like, is this even going to work out? Like, are we going to get past this? It's really weird.
But that's really admirable, and there's so many ways. I mean,
we're living in a digital era, the era of social media. So it's just an opportunity for people to kind of travel from one medium to another. And I mean, watching that video, that felt perfect. It felt like that was the medium it was meant to be in. This trippy, wild, colourful. It was awesome. What about the makeup? Really intrigued me. What was the makeup all about? Because I mean, it was definitely there. You couldn't miss it. Was there a reason why you were so brightly painted and bits emphasized? Or was it just you guys wanted to have some fun?
Well, I think we wanted such a stark contrast from the video to the end point in which we're all in black and completely stripped bare. So, you know, just doing a face of makeup like now, it wouldn't have had as much of an impact because you might not have noticed it. Like, this is just supernatural. But Elise is like our resident makeup artist. She's insane. She's pretty wacky with all looks and things. So I think we're always just inspired by her, and we're like, okay, we need to do something crazy.
Do her justice. And the petite average plus size show, was that in development? Did you have a whole program, or was it just this one performance piece that you were going to use first, or have you got other things lined up?
It was meant to be part of a festival that we were going to be doing as a full year, and we would have been doing other stuff in that as well. Yeah. So we've all kind of got our own skill sets that we would have been showing in the festival separately and then doing something together as a group. At the moment, we have other things that we want to do, and it's just kind of figuring out the logistics of that and how we're going to approach it and when we're going to get filmed, because we've all got busy things going on kind of personally as well. It's like, right, okay, we need to figure out when is our best time to get together, when is our best time to sort of film stuff if we're going to film, record stuff. So we do have other things that we're planning on doing. It's just kind of open at the moment. It's a bit like everything's floating around, don't quite know what we're going to grab.
Yeah, the show was originally like a 45-minute piece, which we had like bits, but it wasn't completely full, and we needed to kind of tie them together with some more scenes. So we are really still hoping to do that show just whenever theatre's open. We've got super good contacts with our university, the Arden School of Theatre, and obviously because we didn't get to our festival, they've our tutor Wayne's been really great, and he is going to help us as much as possible to get that show onto a platform and get an audience to see it whenever that may be, this year, next year, who knows.
We have to wait. This is the thing. It's so unpredictable, and this industry is unpredictable enough as it is. And for this to be thrown on top is just I don't want to say the worst, because I don't want to be a defeatist, but it's pretty awful.
Yeah, it doesn't feel inspiring to graduate in at the minute.
No, but then the way I'm dealing with it is just, if there aren't opportunities, make them for yourself type thing, which is I don't think I would have seen myself doing at the start of my training. I was very not shy, but just like, I'm just gonna do what everyone wants me to do, and now I'm like, no, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna be a boss lady now.
Just as soon as we can get together, I think that creativity bubble is just going to explode, and we're just going to be like, let's do this, and it'll be all good again.
Awesome. And where can they find you? Have you got Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, our Instagram is @Breadface Theatre, and then Twitter is @Breadface TC.
And there you go. Honestly, such lovely girls, and their creativity is so apparent. So without further ado, here is Breadface Theatre's video titled Sticks and Stones. Enjoy!
Girls, remember when we did that show and the costume department gave you guys women's ties and I had to wear men's? Cheers, Mum, for always reminding me when I've got spots on my face.
Have you guys ever heard of the term knob nose? Because someone once told me that I have a knob nose.
Wait, what the fuck? What even is a knob nose?
Well, Casey Cornwell told me in year 5 that I have a knob nose.
Knob nose. Knob nose. knob nose, knob nose.
You are such a blueberry, like angry blue, small, fat and juicy. You're a blue blueberry.
Meatball,
Stick insect,
Jiggle when I run,
meatball,
stick insect,
jiggle when I run.
Meatball, stick and set, jiggle when I run. Meatball, stick and set, jiggle when I run. When I run, when I run, when I run, when I run.
run, 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 I prefer like big girls, you know, those ones that have just got all the curves and they've really got something to grab onto. Yeah, that's what I like.
Breadstick, wildebeest. Breadstick, wildebeest. Breadstick, wildebeest. Bowling ball head. Breadstick, wildebeest. Breadstick, wildebeest. Breadstick, wildebeest. Bowling ball head.
I just think, like, you're so skinny. Like, oh my god, are you even real? You look like you might snap. I just think it's such an unattractive look.
Twig bitch.
You're fat.
Fat bitch.
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 My mum says when someone calls me names that I should play those games. I can always change my weight, but you can't change your ugly face.
U-G-L-Y. I'm gonna smile, I'm not gonna cry. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
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 Words will never hurt me.